For Mary Carey, this is home sweet home.
You'll see his big feet.
At 53, she lost her job in June after 20 years as a medical biller. Now she's desperate.
How many of these have you sent out?
Probably along between 300 and 400.
She's one of more than 1 million Americans receiving long-term emergency unemployment, up to 99 weeks instead of 26.
We're asking for a helping hand so that we can get a job.
And you're actively trying to?
Every day, probably 12 hours a day.
President Obama wanted lawmakers to extend them.
If members of Congress don't act before they leave on their vacations, 1.3 million Americans will lose this lifeline.
They're set to expire December 28th.
I know I will survive. I know my son will survive, you know. No, I won't have this home that I've worked hard for 8 years, but I worry more about my animals because they didn't have a choice.
In true Washington form, it's become a political debate.
It's practically at the level of immoral to do that people who work hard, play by the rules, lose their job through no fault of their own.
I do support unemployment benefits for the 26 weeks that they're paid for. If you extend it beyond that, you do a disservice to these workers.
Michael Strain is an economist at the conservative-leaning American Enterprise Institute.
The problem with that logic is that while it may apply pretty well in a healthy economy, it doesn't apply as well in an economy that's still very weak.
Strain says people on unemployment benefits generally stay unemployed longer, but in a recession, it's different.
If their benefits expire, they may conclude that their job search is just hopeless. They may just leave the labor force, which means that some of them might end up on public assistance roles.
Something Mary Carey says she'll be forced to turn to.
Are you ready to see me on the street begging for food? You know? I know I'm not ready to. My life's not over. I might have slowed down a bit, but I can be a very contributing member of society.